All right, welcome back. Thank you so much for staying with us. You're watching TV47 Breakfast. And if you're just joining us, it's time for Relationship Wednesday. Kama kawaida, this is a show that lights up your morning. We want to make everything light for you. Na tunaongelelea the rise of singlehood today. Apparently, trends are showing globally that there is a rise in singlehood. People are running away from marriage. People don't want to get married. People are getting into situationships. There's a rise in, toxicity in relationships. And before we started this show, it was already getting a little bit heated. And that is why we want to have this conversation. Is it choices? Is it circumstances? Is it fear of commitment? What is it exactly? Why are people single? Or why do you prefer being single? So do interact with us on our socials. TV47 Kenya on Facebook and on YouTube. On X at TV47 Digital. Be sure to tag me at Annie_Odida. Our WhatsApp line is 0793 267 279. Send us a video of yourself or a voice note or write it down. Why are you single? Or why do you want to stay single? Why are you running away from marriage? Tongeleshe. Karibu sana. We have JD in studio with us. We have Natasha and we have Lilian. Karibuni. JD, you were saying that you're against marriage, first of all. Mapenzi mekufanyia nini? What's wrong?
Well, guy. You see, for starters, right now, I think there's a lot of exposure. Okay? I think we've learned that there's always something else, there's always something better. You know, we're going with learning. And you see, with exposure, there comes an overload of options.
Yeah.
Okay? In the sense that we learn what it is to be loved, and nowadays it's very distorted. You know, the view or the picture people have of love is very, very distorted. You might be looking for loyalty, and then you find ile belu unapatana nayo inatafuta resources. Okay? So the thing is, first of all, there has been that distortion of that image. Secondly, everything has been commoditized out here. There is nothing, literally nothing, that you can find in a relationship that you cannot find outside of a relationship. Okay? Thirdly, watu walisoma. Okay? Watu kusoma, that means there has been more focus on career, self-development, self-growth, and all that.
Watu ni kina nani? Unasema women?
Wanawake.
So we are the problem.
No idea. I've not said that. Maneno yako haya. So, the thing is, there has been more focus on career advancement na hizo vitu. So you might be looking for someone to be in a relationship with. Kidogo, there is a mismatch of goals and expectations. Third, lastly, you'd find that now there are more negative perceptions. There are more negative depictions of relationships than there are positive depictions. That is where vicarious reinforcement sets in. You know, the fact that you're using someone else's story to learn, and unaona, hey, bedhe kama fulani alifanyia fulani hivi. Hata mimi, why am I different? This person is resource scarce as I am. This person is struggling as I am. This person is this way as I am, and so on and so forth. So, watu wakisema fear women, why shouldn't I be among? Okay, so you find that we learn to be cautious. Yeah. Oh, fulani alipatikana kwa BNB. Kwa bahati mbaya akapatikana ameaga. Oh, a relationship. Oh, sijui alikuwa ameenda kuona mtu wake. Oh, sijui nini. So then, wanaume, there is a certain perception that is being created, and that is now what I'm calling vicarious reinforcement. You're using someone else's story to learn about a particular relationship, regardless of how distorted that image may be. So yeah, I think for me, as far as marriage is concerned, and then lastly, you'd find that nowadays there is no image, there is no singular image of marriage. You see, you'd either, back then, you'd either get married from a religious standpoint or from a traditional standpoint. Right now, everything is changing. You know, even if it's a traditional standpoint, whose traditions are you following? You know, probably us living in a cosmopolitan world, everyone comes with their own tradition. Some people don't even know about tradition. People who want their white wedding.
Who's to blame for that failure of, following traditions? That should be
the times.
The times or your parents?
The times, because no matter how much your parents
then
want,
that is by choice.
The environment in which they brought you up in does not conform to the traditions.
Nairobi wenye mnasikia lakini hamjui kuongea. Now you're blaming it on times.
No, ndio nasema ni the times. Because it's not, let me give you an example. And you see, even if tunajua kuongea, you don't know the tradition. Because the environment does not enable you to learn that tradition. Aujui, tuseme kama kwenyu, mtu akikuja kukuoa, anatoanga ng'ombe kwao kwa nyumba, itakuja ikitembea hivi mpaka mahali anapeleka hiyo ng'ombe, right? But you see, for someone who comes here, has been raised up in this context, unatoa wapi ng'ombe in Nairobi, to be honest. So you'd find that the traditions and there's a change, okay? Even in how power is structured in today's systems, it does not conform to an idea of either a traditional marriage or a religious marriage, you see. So there are a lot of things that are coming in as far as, and a lot of changes that are coming in as far as commitment is concerned, you know. And also divorce rates are high.
Shikilia hapo.
Double.
Shikilia tu hapo, Natasha. Why do you think there's a rise in singlehood? Where kwanza you're a champion of singlehood, singleness.
A woman after my own.
What is happening to you guys? Oh, she's a woman after your heart?
After my own heart.
Nata, interesting. Okay.
Okay, thank you for having me. So, in my own view, relationships and marriages, for me, I find them being based on patriarchy, most marriages, yeah. Using the theories that I've learned in school, observing most relationships, even in the ages of my grandmothers and all, you'd realize that marriages were set in a dynamic to benefit the man. Because you as a woman unafaa kumpikia, you're supposed to do the chores, everything umzalie at the expense of sacrificing your own career, at the expense of sacrificing your own dreams. And even today, when you're in a relationship with someone, most of the women in the modern age are career women, and tuko na jobs za kwenda, some have schools to go, and the man will still expect you ukifika kwa nyumba upike, yet the both of you mmetoka kuhustle. So there's a gap there, and that is why I'm advocating for singleness right now, though. Right now, because some of us want to fulfill our career growth, our own personal growth, na pia financial stability, because hakuna haja ya kuingia in a relationship when your finances are not stable and are not put together financially.
Yeah,
so
that is a very, very interesting take. And we'll be coming back to dissect it, but let's hear from Lillian. Why do you think there's a rise in singlehood in this era?
Kwa sababu JD ameamua kuingililia ladies, acha nirudi kwa men. Mi na feel like singlehood inakuwa caused by many things. Ya kwanza ni commitment. Watu hawataki kukuwa committed. For example, if someone says nataka kudate ndo nioe, I mean I want to date this girl ndo nimuoe, but huyu mwanaume anafikiria the commitments that will come with dating this lady, like lazima nimpe pesa ya nywele, lazima nimtengeneze nails, lazima nimpe, you know, hizo vitu zote. So mtu anasema heri nikae tu single ndo nisikue committed, like nikuwe tu naenda nafanya vitu zangu kwenye nataka hivyo. And then pia relationship it comes with, I mean, kuna tu venye mtu anajibeba in a way that your partner anafaa kuku sijui ndaiweka aje, I mean hautakuwa unajitawala in all the things that you do, sijui nitaiweka aje. Like kuna tu venye, for example, nataka kwenda party with my friends, lazima nimwambie, you see, watu wanataka hiyo freedom, thank you, that is, watu wanataka hiyo freedom ya, nataka tu nifanye vitu by my own, you know, nijiambie vitu zangu, nifanye vile nataka, yani watu wataki I mean, staki mtu ataniambia nisifanye, nisiende, you know, hizo vitu zote. So like, but the main one is commitment. Watu hawataki kukuwa committed. Mtu hataki kuambiwa fanya hii, enda hivi. But I feel like ni kitu yenye tunaweza change though.
Yeah. So fear of commitment from your side. JD, Natasha says that, you know, the marriage dynamic, it's benefiting the man more than it is benefiting the woman. What do you think of that statement? And by the way, today Dr. Julius Kimani is not in. He's in the US. He said I should tell you guys hi. But today Melex will be joining us. He's also a counseling psychologist. He'll be joining us later on to help us, you know, just dissect this conversation this morning. What do you think of that statement, that marriage is benefiting men more than it is benefiting women?
I call Natasha a woman after my own heart, but the statement in particular. Okay, you see, you see, the thing is, if marriage benefited men more, divorce rates will not have been rising, you know. But the thing is, it benefited everyone because there was also that sense of stability, there was also that sense of security and safety that came with being married, you know. Unajua bwana yangu ni nani? I've heard that statement over and over and over again, you know. Where, but now what happens is, again, with time changing and some of these things, people realizing that, but they see, I can do them for myself. I mean, nowadays, I don't need a man because the exposure I've had, the education I've had, everything that has gone on in my life has showed me, but these things are not as important as they were before, you see. So you'd find that with that reduced dependence is now where the mismatch that Natasha is talking about is coming in, you know, where if it's something I can do for myself, then what do I need you for? See, and you find that conversely, the responsibilities have not changed. I get. So unapata zile vitu zenye the man was bringing in this dynamic are things now you can start to do for yourself, but the things that now that men expected from women in that particular dynamic are things that have not changed yet. You see, so unapata kuna mtu anafeel sisi wote tunatoka kazi. Sisi wote we are bringing something to the table. Sisi wote we are doing this and that. So why should I sacrifice my career in the stead of yours? Or why should I come from doing whatever I'm doing and I'm still expected to perform roles?
But do you think it's just benefiting the man and not the woman?
Ndio nimesema, it benefits everyone, okay? Ideally.
Yeah.
Okay.
What do you think, Lillian? Marriage benefits the man more than it benefits the woman?
I don't think so. I think like ni kitu equal. It benefits all of us.
Yeah.
Because like for example, sisi ladies tunakuanga na hii nini ya kusema like namzalia. Watoto ni wetu wote. Si tunamzalia. Okay.
Sana utenda like, na wao.
Watoto ni wetu wote. Like the thing is like ni yetu, hii kitu ni yetu wote. Let it not be seen like okay, the man is the head of the relationship and the marriage and the family. But itabaki hivyo. But like the thing is yetu sisi wote. Kama ni watoto ni wetu sisi wote. Kama ni responsibilities ni yetu sisi wote. Kama ni kila kitu tunagawana sisi wote. So I feel like ni ya kila mtu, si ya only a man.
JD umesema akikosana Lilian ndiye anaenda na mtoto.
How?
Actually.
What do you mean by that? Wewe huwezi baki na watoto wako.
No, actually, in the cases I've come across, the beauty of being a psychologist, in the cases I've come across, every time watu wanakosana, it's the women who are going with the children. Unless maybe from a cultural perspective or anything, but zile cases mimi nimekam across, it's the women who go with the children for upkeep. Kwa sababu wanajua akiacha mtoto na babake, they won't hatasumbua mse for upkeep. You see, because I cannot take care of you, because wewe umeenda. So they carry the kids so that kubakie line of...
Did I feel like for you everything has been monetized? But I want you to redeem yourself and to explain yourself better to us, Natasha. Unaona wako against this thing that when you mesema, that marriage, you feel like it benefits men more. They're really against it. But from where you're sitting and from where you're coming from, what do you really mean deeply by that statement?
What I mean by that statement is that yes, marriage is beneficial to both genders, to both females and males, but not on the same scale. Say 50-50.
What are women benefiting from marriage?
Okay, in my view, as he had said earlier, security. You know, most of the women in the society wamezoea kusema, unajua bwanangu ni nani? Like, oh, mi ni bibi ya mwalimu, mi ni bibi ya sijui daktari, yani bibi ya tajiri, you're being affiliated. Yani we kama mwanamke, you don't have your own title. Yani you're under a man. You see, you don't have your own thing going on. Yani lazima uji-affiliate na mwanaume ati ndio waone importance yako. You see, and that is how patriarchy shapes its institutions. Wanatakanga kuweka females chini yao. They always want to be at the top. And that is why I'm saying marriage is far more substantial and beneficial to males, because they're the ones that have even the upper hand. Yeah.
Yeah. In what sense?
Okay, like in decision making, that is in a home setting, ni mwanaume ndo akona final say. Yani you kama a woman will always be under a man. And you know the society is shifting. There's a new world order whereby women are being empowered, women are growing career-wise. So pia sisi tutataka kuwa na an upper hand. Now, if you studied history, you'd realize that in the ancient times, let's say Egypt, women are actually the rulers. Yeah, it's actually the patriarchy ndo alikuja wakachange mambo, but in ancient history, sisi ndo tulikuwa leaders.
In Egypt?
Yeah, in a case study, Egypt, Persia, women were, you know, the bigger thing. So I'm actually a feminist, and that is why most of my and that is why most of my points are based on such beliefs and on such grounds. So yeah.
Lillian, what do you think? That you'd forever be under a man, you know, now that you're a champion for marriage, marriage works, love is a very beautiful thing. Lakini Natasha anasema, if you're in this relationship, you know, it's just your man who is benefiting from this dynamic that you're in. And then whatever you say, you know, holds no value in this relationship. You are under this man always and always. What do you think of that?
Me, I believe I advocate for marriage and relationships. Vile tu umesema. Mi naamini kwamba like understanding. Jua ni nani unakaa na yeye. I mean, when we sit down and tukielewana sisi wenyewe kwa vitu ambavyo tunafanya, there is no way utakuwa like that much. Okay, you are the man in the family. Na wewe ndio uko na hiyo figure ya kukuwa man in the family. That's okay. Because even according to the Bible, inakuwa hivyo. According to the people who believe in the Bible like myself, you are the head of the relationship, you are the head of the family. But ikifika hapa kwa make decisions, lazima sisi wote nikuwe involved. Kwa sababu hii relationship si yako peke yako, because kama uko kutaka kunini peke yako, then ungekaa peke yako. But when it comes to making decisions, like I respect you and you respect me too. Kama ni make decisions, wacha ikuwe 50-50. Wacha kila mtu atoe point yake. Wacha sisi wote tuelewane. Because even that one will lead to a good, family. Because hata watoto wetu tukiwalea wakijua wazazi wao, they used to, you know, do things together, be together. So it's a very, nice thing. So kama ikifika kwa decision making, sisi wote, we must be involved.
All right, hold on to that thought. Let's hear from Gary. Gary is on call. Good morning, Gary. We are talking about the rise of singlehood. What do you think about it?
Some of us are single. Hi, Odida.
Hi, how are you?
I'm fine.
Yes, talk to us.
Okay, most of us or some of us are single because of fear of commitment. Are you afraid of committing to something that you ain't sure if at all it will work out for you, or it might mess up with you? Now, here's the thing. You're committed to someone you thought they're the one. Like in your heart, you truly want them to be the one.
Yeah.
And you really think that's how it is. But to them, they do not opt or choose you. Yet you did choose them.
Yeah.
So you come to, later on is when you realize when it's a little bit late, when already you've invested in the relationship in terms of feelings and all what have you. But then that person can always go or leave. Maybe it's something that has happened to you before. And you know, with men, you kind of fall in love once with the first person you meet. Then you end up loitering in the world looking for that one person who maybe looks like the one you had in terms of behavior, manner, and what have you.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you again become afraid of committing. Yeah.
Gary, what really do you think is the contributing factor to why there is a fear of commitment? Because if you're talking about you're investing your feelings to this relationship and somebody else is not committing as you want to, or is not, feeling you the way you're feeling them, then what is contributing to that fear of commitment?
Most of us guys, we are friends with female. I mean, we have female friends, right?
Yeah.
And the things they do or say they do or things you see them doing. And then you think, if at all you had your person will maybe do the same kind of thing and you wouldn't tell because even with your friends, it's not that you knew, they told you.
Yeah.
Something you couldn't anticipate, I saw it coming. So again, it leads to the same thing. Commitment is a real deal here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Somebody said before I let you go that this whole idea of marriage, that it benefits the woman more, it benefits the man more than it benefits the woman. What do you think of that statement? That, in a marriage setup, that this whole idea, it's only beneficial to you guys, but not to the women?
No, not really. Because even we men, we are happy when we introduce someone as your own. Like,
yeah.
I'm married, so and so. I've come with in Kikuyu, there's a statement we normally say.
Yeah.
But I've not come alone. I've come with someone. It's something you feel proud of. I don't really think it only benefits one gender. It depends with how you look at things as they are. Because if at all you're getting what you wanted in the relationship, it's benefiting you. I heard Natasha say that men have the final say.
Yeah, that was Lillian. What was it, Lillian? It was Natasha.
I don't really think that it's actually Kitambo it used to be so, but nowadays in the relationships that now we are in, mostly since Gen Z started marrying and dating, you get to discuss things before even that man has the final say. But if at all it doesn't sit right with you, trust me, it won't even happen with the other gender. So I don't really think it benefits one gender.
All right. Thank you so much, Guy, and keep watching. We're hoping that you'll call us again. And we are encouraging you as well, who's watching from home, to also call in. Tell us what you think. The rise of singlehood. Gary, you're still on call?
Yeah, before going, I wanted to say hi to Natasha.
Oh. Wacha nitamwambia nipatie namba nikupatie basi.
Very nice.
0793-267-279 is our WhatsApp line. And of course, there's also a number on your screen. You can call in live and talk to us. The rise of singlehood, what is contributing to this? Is it choices? Is it circumstances? Or is it fear of commitment, as Ngari says on call? JD.
He gets it.
Wait a minute. Natasha said that for you as men, that, you're always the ones with the last say, final and last say. What do you think of that statement? And is it true that you guys feel so nice when you're the only ones who are making decisions, at home?
People underestimate the power of soft power. People, if there is something that is underestimated, is that. Because I've looked at married people, the before and after. And if you're keen, you'll come to realize the influence this wife holds over this person. Yes, mtu anaweza taka, even in those early days, mtu anaweza taka kukaa ni kama simba kwa nyumba, but there is someone behind them that is pulling those strings. Kama mtu ataki, kama bibi ataki hiyo kitu ifanyike, trust me, hata mwambia, but trust me, haitafanyika. Okay? People underestimate the role of soft power out here. So even when it comes to decision making, I like looking at it from a point of influence. It's not about the decision maker. It's about who is influencing those decisions. Who is influencing how this person is thinking. Because hata akikuwa simba pale nje, kuna mahali atarudi pale behind the scenes, and there'll be someone else. You don't look at the person who is in the position of power. You look at the person who controls that power, because that is where the real power lies. So I don't believe that men get to make all the decisions. I believe the nature of the decision changes once people get married. You know, it starts being more family oriented. Actually, hata siku hizi unaweza pigia mtu unataka kumtembelea and the first thing atakwambia ni by the way, acha ni consult mama, I'll get back to you. Okay? Something which had this person been single, akungekuwa na mama wa consult. If you go and mama does not like you, trust me, there is no day, no way, no time utajipata kwa hiyo nyumba tena. Na si kupenda kwa huyu msi, hataki kukufukuza. But at the end of the day, there is someone who is influencing that decision. Yes, anaweza kuwa uko nyuma kwa background amenyamaza, but this person is the one who's controlling the power. See? So it's not, for me, I wouldn't look at it from a point of the men are making all the decisions, but rather who are influencing those decisions.
Yeah. Natasha, feminists, let me ask you this question because it's an intrusive thought. Let it just come out loud. Feminists, are you guys totally against marriage, or is this something that you'd be willing to compromise on?
Okay, it's not like we're against marriage. We're just woke. We are woke. You know, there's a content creator by the name Debbie Rono. I don't know if you guys know her.
Yes.
She once said that marriage hubamba mafala. And it spiked a lot of outrage on social media due to her statement here, marriage hubamba mafala. You know, in marriage, you'll see most women, okay, not all, most women suffering. Wengine wa GBV, gender-based violence. Wengine have to sacrifice a lot on their side. Haya, wengine their men are cheating out here, they have side chicks. Wengine they're just mentally traumatized. Yeah, but hawezi toka. Why? Because the society always wants a woman to be married. The society may shape that marriage is something enye lazima ikue. Unaona? Ndio kwe, like ni kitu tu imewekwa na society. Ukwe deemed as a successful person, you know. Kama uko unmarried na uko 40, the society will be like, that's off. There's something that's wrong with you, you see. Yeah. So we as feminists, it's not like we're against marriage. We're not against marriage. It's just that we are woke. We just feel like we know sisi tu ni wajanja. Acha tuweke hivyo. Sisi ni wajanja.
Yeah.
Na venye Debbie Rono alisema, marriage hubamba mafala, I'm in support.
So having that at the back of your mind, that marriage hubamba mafala, is this something that you would get into, marriage?
Well, I really don't know. I honestly, I'm not in a position to answer that at the moment.
You'll cross that bridge when you get there.
Yeah.
But imagine when you get there, yeah, that door opens and you get into marriage, you're married and your marriage is beautiful, it's all rosy and all. And now you remember that statement that marriage hubamba mafala. Do you think it will open up space for you to flourish in your marriage if you have that at the back of your mind?
Okay. Well, if I'm with the right partner with me, of course, the marriage will flourish. If I have a man who is not misogynistic, you know, a man that is not narcissistic, a man when you're gonna the values anafaa ku uphold as my partner, then definitely the marriage will flourish. In as much as marriage hubamba mafala, you know, love sometimes unaambiwanga do wezi advice mtu ako in love, wezi advice dem ako in love, because she'll make very, very questionable decisions just because she's in love, you see. So love inakwanga na that gravity even in decision making, and that is why unakuwa deemed kafala, because you can make irrational decisions just because you're in love, and it's okay. That's human nature. That's something that you can't control. We are social beings. We are meant to love, and kama utakuwa fala, just don't usikuwe fala to the point enye unakuwa the heart in life. Yeah, like just control it.
All right, let's welcome Mwelex on the show now. Mwelex, karibu sana.
Asante.
Nini traffic? This is Relationship Wednesday. We welcome you. We're talking about the rise of singlehood, yeah? What do you think is contributing to this?
First of all, thank you for having me. It's an honor to be here.
Just hold on to that kidogo kwanza. We'll be coming back to that so you can also chime in the conversation.
Sure.
JD,
Yes.
what do you think of that? Wacha tuanze na Lilian. Marriage hubamba mafala. What do you think? Natasha amesema yeye kwake Debiron alisema marriage bamba mafala, and she agrees with that statement.
For me, sijui nitasema aje, lakini me I'm very positive about marriage.
Yeah.
I'm very, positive about relationships. Because today in the morning before nikuje, I read something somewhere. Mtu aliandika mahali akasema, if it didn't work for you, it doesn't mean it will not work for me. Kwa sababu maybe somebody, huyo mtu mwenye alianzisha hiyo perception ya marriage ubamba mafala, maybe she was alikuwa amekuwa married ama ameandago kitu mbaya in relationship, so yeye mwenyewe akajiwekea ni kitu yenye inabamba watu ambao ni mafala, that is. But in this other side, kuna mtu mwingine ambaye ameingia kwa mahusiano, ameingia kwa marriage, imeflourish, imefanya vizuri, sio fala na anaendelea vizuri. So for me, maybe ina depend, amesema hivyo kwa sababu labda hiyo ni perception yake yeye mwenyewe, vile ameiona yeye mwenyewe na vile experience yeye mwenyewe. But for me, I'm very positive about it.
Let's bring you in now, Melex. The rise of singlehood. What is contributing to this trend?
Well, I think we've deviated from the primary objective of relationships, which initially the objective of relationship was reproduction.
Yeah.
When in the evolution of human being. So nowadays we relate for different reasons. Religiously inclined individuals get into relationships for marriage, and if that is a premise, then it's bound to last primarily on that. If it's culturally based, then you're doing it for you to align with social norms of whichever cultural inclinations you have, and then it will work for you. And there are those who are getting into marriage or relationships to prove their parents wrong, or to satisfy themselves in trying to tell a story that I'm different from others like myself, or failed, or I'm the exception to the rules that have been set for other people. So our being single today sometimes to others is also a rebel. I don't want to be like the others. I want to stand out. I don't want to be held accountable. So I'd rather not be involved so that I don't stand out for everybody to say you're just like everybody else. If I fail, then everybody will see me fail. So if I choose the rules to play with by me being single, then nobody will see me fail. Because even in being single, we are not single.
Yeah.
It's just a time we give ourselves so that we can date as many people as we can, not to be committed to an individual, and then walk away when we can. There are no rules. So it's you setting your own rules with a relationship that has no commitment to an individual one.
What's your view on marriage? Is this something that you support in this century, the 26th century, or you are part of the people who say, you know, marriage is a no? No,
I don't think in this century marriage is something that is worth pursuing. There are those for whom it works and good for them, but I don't think it's helping us as it is, because we can see that their kids, we have different dynamics of families that are doing very well. So first of all, we have the initial families that we had, the mother, the father, and the children, which was the standard metric of what a good family is. Now we have a family of just a father and kids, or just a mother and kids. And there are two individuals who come together, get married, and they say we're not going to have kids. So we have 4 different units of families, which we have to accept that exist. So on that basis alone, I don't think family is a unit that we can all agree that this is what the metric of a good relationship is in a marriage setup. So I don't think it's something we should pursue or imagine it's worth looking at in this century. Yes.
Very interesting take there. And nimekuangalia sana, I'm like, yeah, okay. But now what happens, because you started off and mentioned something about reproduction being at the center of marriages and relationships. But then what happens to families or people who want to, you know, have kids and reproduce? What happens to those kind of people?
Well, by statistics, based on what the results we've seen, we don't need to get married for us to have kids. We can have kids without getting married and raise them very effectively, because...
Are we not now raising kids who are brought up in dysfunctional families? kids who won't have to experience the joy of being in a whole family setup, with mom and dad, to help them grow up and realize that, I grew up in a family that is complete. I had mom and dad. It's like that it just builds them to know how to handle relationships in future, and how to live with people, and how to navigate relationships if at all. So are we not encouraging, or are we encouraging rather dysfunctional families?
The reason you would call it dysfunctional is because your metric of a proper family or a healthy family relationship is one in which there's the father, the mother, and the children. So if any of them is not involved, then it's a dysfunctional family. But we can tell that there are families or there are kids who have been brought in single parent environments that are very healthy, way better than those raised in both parented environments. There are also kids who have grown without their parents. Some died, some whatever happened. And they grew up healthy and are doing better than those raised in. So the reason you're using that, terming it as dysfunctional, is because you're using the metric of the father and the mother being together as their health. They both bring an equilibrium, which is supposed to provide an even or a psychologically well-nurturing environment. But that is not always the case. We can tell most of the time the results tell a different story today. We hear a man talking about how their mother used to do this or how their father used to do this. We've heard about ladies talk about, I don't want to be like my mom, or men say, I don't want to be like my dad, I want to protect my mom as much as possible. Or, I want a man who is like my father, why would you not want to be like your mother? You understand? So that goes to tell you that in this unit, there's one part that you leaned more towards than the other, which provided a dysfunction because the part that you leaned towards gave you a metric of what you want to look for in other people. But that person cannot be what you're looking for because they were not there to share in whatever it is you are looking for in this parent. So if we use that as the metric, then we are not defining a family. Because this child, if they are raised with a father alone, then they don't know what it's like to be with a mother and a father. So they are not yearning for that because it's not their...
Why are we denying them the opportunity to do that? But let's get feedback.
Okay.
Anyway, Chichi. Sophie Kihara says, men want to rule like their fathers and women don't want to be ruled like their mothers. All right, the rise of singlehood. Are people choosing to stay single, or are relationships becoming too difficult to maintain? Eno Kipsang says, every single gent or lady as a person doesn't want to be disturbed from doing whatever he or she has been doing. Individual decisions are pushing many into single parenting. Tiger Grandson says, single but in a domestic partnership, mambo ya marriage ni tricky. Okay. Onula Juma Eric says, most young people prefer freedom ya kutembea usiku na mchana like animals without any restrictions from someone than future partner. Later, they are old, they rush for anyone who is breathing. Failure. That is Onula. Onula amesema nini wote ni failures apart from brilliant. Hassan Hamisi says, relationship these days ni ngumu, ni kama kuajiri mtu kazi. Ukikosa pesa, pia iyo mapenzi inaisha. Fred Onyango says, marriage ni kuvumilia, let's single take it. Robinson Rotich, mtu ajitokeze hapa niko single. Wewe Robinson, lakini we do encourage that. Kamau Bendro says, tax ya mapenzi imekuwa juu sana. Alan Murage, juu madem mnabo. Okay, Alan. Okay, we apologize on behalf of the one who represented us. Ali to represent vibaya. Remy Martin says, kila mtu ni mjuaji. Mark amesema langu jicho tu. Desaya Ngwach Ambuga anasema, very difficult. Terms and conditions are conditional depending on what you provide. And finally, Maina Kerry Gregory says, one has to constantly send money to prove it's working. So doleful. TV47 Kenya on Facebook and on YouTube. On X, it's TV47 Digital. You can tag me at Annie_Dida. We'll be happy to sample your feedback on the show this morning. On WhatsApp is 0793-267-279. Send in your feedback, and there is a number on your screen. You can also call in live. Utuambie, why do you think there's a rise in singlehood? Why are people staying single? Are you afraid of commitment? Is it personal choice, or is it circumstances? JD tunaongelea, Medex is talking about that whole idea of kids, you know, being brought up in not a complete family, as we've all known from, you know, time and time again, that, you know, you have to have a mother, a father, you know, siblings if at all. Especially if your parents are still alive, both of them. Tuachane na wale ambao their parents died and left them, you know. So are we denying kids that chance to grow up in a complete family if you're going, you know, the single way?
You see, there's one challenge in that, because in addition to what Melex?
Yes.
Melex, yes.
Yes, in addition to what Melex has said, we are assuming that complete families are functional. Half the trauma we have, we inherited it from our families. The fears we have are the fears we inherited because we grew up watching these things happen. We grew up watching dynamics happen between our parents, and we decided this is not something I want to replicate. You know, and then nowadays we are ignoring the fact that there's another form of family that is coming up called a blended family. You know, where you start a family with someone who has another family. Okay, so if you're starting a family with someone who has another family, what happens to those people? You know, you started something with someone.
But polygamy is allowed in an African setup.
Now, I'm not talking necessarily about polygamy.
Maybe if I'm going to get a family with somebody else who really has a family, tuseme tu it's polygamy that you're getting into.
Na ndio nasema, for me, I'm not talking necessarily about polygamy, you know.
Okay, but if you're looking at it from that lens of polygamy, then that is acceptable.
Well, the thing is, we're looking at the function, not the structure per se. You know, if the function of this family does not allow people to come up healthily or in a healthy manner, it will be a problem in future when these people get now the opportunity to now go and get wives, sire children, etc. etc. Now, the other thing is, you can have kids without or outside the institution of marriage. And these kids, as Melex has said, grow up in a way that is so lovely that these kids will want to replicate the same thing. You know, in the sense that you, whatever your dynamic is not the same dynamic you have to your children. You know.
Just hold on to that thought. Let's get this call. Lucky, good morning. Lucky is calling us from Mamlaka. Lucky?
Yes.
How's Mamlaka this morning? Good morning.
Thanks so much. I really wanted to add on something.
Yes, please.
And you know, concerning this singlehood, for me, it depends also. It depends also with the. I mean, because you know me. For me, I am in a relationship. Yeah. And I feel like I should quit that relationship and be single. Why? I can see because of how my wife has been raised. You see, for me, I've been raised with both my parents. Yeah. Yes. And I've been seeing those issues, how they argue, you know, I learned that my mom is able to, she has been, amekuwa kivumilia yani. Unaona? Na kivumilia, unaona, like, that's the right thing. Even like it has worked for years. And for me, unapata mimi, and my wife, yeye hajalelewa na both parents. Yeah. You see? The way I'm staying with her, it's very different on how for her, unapata like I'm her parent. For me, kuna ile kitu I need to step in as a father, maybe like her dad, maybe. So that means ile mtu mwenye hajazaliwa, mwenye ana wazazi wote ule, atang'ang'ana sana kupata ile kukompea na ule mwenye amelelewa na wazazi wote na amekuwa kwa hiyo relationship. Naelewa? Yes. So that's what I just wanted to add, because I don't know, si lazima sijui mtu akue into a relationship or what. It's a must because the Bible said and God also encouraged that we need to multiply the world, and that the Bible says in a good way. Yes. So you find that person who has been raised by both parents is able to, anaweza vumilia, anaelewa, unlike that anajua relationship ni nini, unlike that those person ile amelelewa hata kama na single mother, atang'ang'ana sana kwa hiyo relationship. There are things that hataelewa. You see?
Yes.
Yeah. So that's only what I wanted to add.
All right. Lucky, thank you so much. Because hapa studio karibu wanatumaliza. You know, wanasema Tio, if you want to reproduce, you can do so without being in a complete relationship. Then I was asking them, are we now encouraging, bringing up kids in dysfunctional families? Wamesema, we cannot call it a dysfunctional setup because there's no marriage there. But now I wonder what you also how you'd respond to that particular statement, that wacha watu wazae kando kando, and then you can bring up your child wewe mwenyewe as the dad, or the woman can now decide to bring up the child as they want to.
No, that's not good. That's not okay.
Yeah.
It's not okay. It's not even. Let's just be realistic. Even those people who are there on that discussion, both will find both. Maybe one has been raised by both parents, and their values that person has compared to that person who has been raised by single parents going into a relationship. You see, there are two different things. Even you can ask them. Even you can find the other lady, Natasha. Maybe you find Natasha doesn't have maybe her mom. Sorry to say, maybe that's why he's saying like that. Or maybe she hasn't been raised in a way that.
All right. We lost Lucky, but thank you so much, Lucky Wanyonyi, for calling us this morning. And we do encourage, if you're watching, to also call us live. What do you think? Why are people staying single? Why are you afraid of getting into relationships? Is it by choice? Is it circumstances? Or is it fear of commitment? 0793-267-279 is our WhatsApp line and the number on your screen. You can call us through that line. I cut you short, JD. And I wonder if you also want to just react to what Lucky has told us this morning.
You see, Lucky is a perfect example of modeling of vicarious reinforcement. He is modeling his idea of love based on what he saw his parents doing. Anataka bibi yake avumilie kama mama yake. Okay? And you find that the person he's met, sadly, is not his mother. Okay? So you'll find that with him, now, that is what is making him want to live whatever dynamic that he has. And he'll spend a lot of time looking for his mother. So if Lucky and the wife now have a child, what happens to that child? Does it mean that because Lucky has left this union, that now this dynamic of theirs becomes dysfunctional and this child will not grow? You see, if this wife goes and remarries and has other children, what happens to these kids? This child or children that Lucky has, what happens to them? Is it to say that because the wife has remarried, these children will not grow? That is why I'm saying that the dynamic we have need not necessarily reflect the dynamic I have with my children and the dynamic you have with your children. I mean, the dynamic we both have with our children. You see? And that is what is happening in today's blended families. You'd find that multiple kids have multiple fathers. Multiple kids have multiple mothers. These people have come into one union. Does it necessarily need reflect on the children?
Hold on to that thought. Usipoteze hiyo kitu nataka kusema. Let's twende Baringo. Kevin is on the line. Good morning, Kevin.
Good morning too.
Yes, talk to us. You're talking about the rise of singlehood. What do you think? Why is it on the rise?
I
single?
think so.
Yeah.
I think women also are not submissive at all.
Women are not submissive?
Yeah.
Okay, huh?
2.
Yes.
Also, there are some men who also neglect women because already there are some women already nowadays. Every nature has a child in a way, which is about 60%. So men also, there are some men who deny to have a woman who has a child. That's another weakness where men have in a way. Another thing also is verification of CCT test.
Kevin, kindly mute your TV because we can't hear you quite clearly.
Yes.
Kindly mute your TV or just turn the volume down. Kidogo tu, and then now we can continue.
You say volume?
Yes. Are you close to your TV? You can turn it down kidogo.
Am I okay now?
Yes.
I was just saying this way. Men are not submissive. Women are not submissive.
Yes.
And another problem also whereby it is in men is also they also deny to have a woman who has a child because already we are 60% of women nowadays. Yeah. Therefore, everyone has a child. And also they are single in a way. And also men fear to have someone who has a child, to marry someone who has a child in a way. Another thing also whereby I see is this test of PCT, because already PCT is also recommended when people want to dialogue in a way. Yeah. So there's a great fear in that cycle in some. I suspect that could be the major problems whereby it also makes these people to be in the same way. Though also in that submissive way that I was saying earlier, there is another problem whereby also that freedom. People need a lot of freedom. It's a freedom in a way. So I believe that could be the major things that I actually in the looking in a way. Yeah.
Kevin, I'd want to ask you. You know, you said that right now women are not submissive enough, but are you creating environments and spaces for these women to be submissive enough as you'd want them to be?
Yes, we have that cycle also taken care of, because we know we shall not limit somebody, because also all of us are human beings.
All right, asante sana Kevin. We hope Baringo is doing well as well, and just keep watching, stay with us right here, and kama una watch, call us pia wewe. There's a number on your screen. That is the number that you can use to call in live and tell us why you think there is a rise of singlehood, or a rise in singlehood, if you want to call it that way. You were talking about the issue of blended families, JD. Blended families again.
So is it to mean, you know, people are looking at it from a structural point of view, in that if there is structure, then it must work, which is not necessarily the case. That is why I'm bringing in blended families, to show that people have grown up in blended families and they have worked, you know. And also, in addition, you'd find that in the amount of, or in the type of power dynamics that we have now, they do not really allow that structure to be maintained. Kevin, the guy from Baringo, has just put it. He is looking for someone who will submit, in his definition of submission. But our apathy, okay? So if to him marriage is submission, then how are you going to convince Kevin to get into a marriage with someone who, to him, will not submit?
Atapata tu wake wa kusubmit. Kila mtu, everybody atapata wake. Calm down. What do you think, Lillian, this issue of kids, you know, ati watu wasioane, that you can just get kids, bora you guys are not in a committed relationship. What do you think of that? Bringing up kids in, you know, families that are not complete.
For me, bringing up kids in families that are not complete according to the way venye sisi tunaweka, kwa sababu nimeona kuna different perceptions vile amesema. Kuna tofauti, I mean different types of families. But mimi, according to me, bringing up kids in families yenye haina both mama na baba, kuna shida. Kwa sababu ukijaribu kuangalia saizi the rise of LGBTQ, vitu mingi ambavyo vinachangia this thing to happen ni single families ndo one of the things yenye inachangia the LGBTQ thing. Unapata kwamba huyu mtoto amegrow in a family whereby ako na mama peke yake na hakuna baba. So huyu mtoto amekuwa na hiyo only love ya side moja ambaye ni mama peke yake. And then when this kid grows up, akuwe mkubwa, akuja ende to the university, akuje maybe interact na different people, anapatana kwamba kumbe there are people ambao wamekuwa raised in maybe family yenye kuna both mama na baba. So anapata a very different angle ya kuangalia vitu. So unapata kwamba huyu mtu kuna love fulani alilack. Maybe ni love ya mama ama ni love ya baba. So ata opt kufanya nini? Kuendea the same person of the same gender. Kwa nini? Ana feel like mamangu alikuwa ananiprovidea, mamangu alikuwa ananifanyia kila kitu, mamangu alikuwa so girls are the best. So hii side nyingine huyu kijana mwenye amelelewa na maybe mama peke yake ama maybe baba peke yake, anakuja anaona boys are the best, babangu amekuwa the best in yani amenifanyia nini nimegrow hivi juu yake hiyo credit yenye anapea mzazi wake. So you find that hawa watoto wana grow with a lot of trauma. So mimi I'd advocate for like a whole family. Mimi I'd go for a whole family because hata kama yes kuna challenges na kuna pia disadvantages in a whole family setup, but 60% of it I can say it is okay.
It's working, yes. Right? It doesn't have to be bad because the JD anaongelea structures. That sometimes there are these structures where the father is there, the mother is there, but sometimes these structures don't work. Let's hear from Natasha before we get you in, Melex. What do you think of this? Getting pregnant outside marriage and raising your kids as a single parent?
Okay, in my own perspective, if you have what it takes, then you'll be able to raise a kid effectively. Yeah, from finances to maturity to responsibility. If you're a responsible and mature parent or a single mom, then you'll raise your kid effectively. Kama utaleo mtoto with the love he or she needs, with the attention he or she needs, and with the care that he or she needs, then why not? Like, the society may base that mtoto lazima alelewe in a family setting, that lazima akwe na baba and mama at the same time. And in most cases, okay, not all, most, you even find the dads are not even fulfilling the responsibilities. Wengine wamelelewa in homes that baba zao wanakuja home kama wamelewa, wanachapa mama na watoto. Baba yao halipi fees, halipi rent. So to save us women from all that drama, if you're a hardworking woman, if you know what you want in life, then why not just raise your kids? There's one thing about men, and you've heard from Lucky and Kevin from Baringo. Lucky anatafuta mwanamke atavumilia. Yeah, because most of these men huko nje wanataka wanaka kuvumilia. Kevin ana
don't forget that point, okay? Twende Githurai. David is on call. David, good morning.
Good morning.
Habari ya Githurai?
Yes, mimi ni mzuri. Na watch kutoka Githurai Mwihoko.
All right, talk to us.
Yes.
The rise of singlehood. Mbona watu wanaogopa marriage?
Mi kama David, niko na bibi anaitwa Joan Oaya Mkoya.
Salimia Joan.
Joan, habari yako na Prince? Na mamangu akiwa huko Murang'a anaitwa Susan Nyambura. Sasa nimekuwa nikikuwatch kila siku ile siku na topic, you are good girl. Na
thank you so much.
Yako inanibamba, so I'm your listener.
Thank you. Talk to us.
Ile mambo inazuia watu wakuwe single.
Yeah.
Unapata uko na bibi na mtoto. Lakini bibi sasa kama mimi nitasema ukweli juu bibi yako hayuko leo. Kuna siku nilikuja nikaingia kwa bed na nikajifanya si yuko.
Yes.
Bibi yangu akakuja na simu akiongea. Na rafiki yake mwingine saa demu. Wakaanza kusema Mi hata ni hii mwaka tu niko huko. Hii mwaka ingine najipanga ndio nitoke.
Haya.
Saa nikasaga hajaniambia makosa yote nimefanya. Na hajaniambia ni nini nimemfanyia ndio ni change. Cause hata mimi si ni mtu tu wa kawaida, naweza kuwa na makosa na sijui.
Yes.
Cause me I'm not a angel, I'm a human being. Saa mimi kwa maidi yangu nikasema sitamwambia but nitanyamaza. Ili nijue ile siku yenye atatoka mimi ataniachia mtoto wangu nijirelele. Lakini yeye aende, akiona ni vizuri tuongee, atoke na story yake yenye inamsubua, tukae chini si wawili tuongee. Mimi tutaongea na tutaelewana, lakini kama amedecide mimi nitaamua aende aniachie mtoto wangu, cause mtoto wangu ako na 3.5 na ako shule already. Na mimi nimejikakamua kukaa na familia. But unaona kuna shida cause bibi yangu anaongea na rafiki yake mwingine, anamwambia ni hii mwaka 2026 tu ako kwangu. Next year anajipanga. So sijui ladies mko aje ama shida ni gani? Unafaa ukiona kitu inakusubua ama kuna shida. Kuja ukae chini na bwanako umwambie. Akikosa kuchange, sasa ndio unaweza take the responsibility ya kuenda. Kama amekataa ama amekosa kuchange. Cause sisi bado tu ni watu.
Lakini David, ulimuuliza jamani? Sasa ulimsikia ukanyamazia, bado umenyamazia. Ulimuuliza?
Mimi niliona tu ninyamazie kwanza. Cause hata aliniona baadaye akastuka.
Haya.
Aliniona akahakikiza David alikuwa kwa nyumba.
Pole sana. Sasa sijui hapo, wacha tuulize counselor tujue kama atasema. Najua umeuliza kama ladies tuko hivyo ama shida iko wapi. Mimi siko hivyo. Na wale ambao tuko nao studio wako hivyo. But let's hear from the counselor this morning with regard to what you're saying, that now there is a little bit of a fuss in that relationship, Melex, Sijui kama unahisi ni kama rafiki yake ndiye ana influence Joanne, David. What do you think? Is it the friend ama shida iko wapi?
Imagine me ni David Sharagu from Murang'a. Mi nilioa bibi yangu Joanne waya mkoya from Vihiga, so ni Muruya. Na watu ni wazuri sana. Na kutoka mi tuone na ile miaka tumekaa na sijaona shida yote yake. Na she's a hard working girl. But rafiki yake mnaona kama ni yeye anaigiriria. Baka anamdanganya anataka kutoka kwa marriage yake kama hajakosewa na bwana. Na kama amekosewa anafaa mkalize chini waongee watafute solution.
David, hii kitu ni how long? This marriage, how long has it been for?
Sasa tuko na mtoto wa miaka 3.5. So ni kumaanisha tuko almost 6 years ama 5 years.
6 years in marriage. Asante sana David for calling in. Shikilia tu hapo, keep watching. Tuendelee kuzungumzia tujue shida inaweza kuwa wapi na Joa. Na nikimpata nitamwongelesha, usijali.
Umwongelesha hadi ukitaka namba yake na kupea umwongelesha. Kwa sitaki kumwacha. Na sitaki aniache na sitaki waniache na mtoto wake.
Sawa, nitumie namba yake nitamwongelesha David.
Nikutumie kwa namba gani?
Nitakupatia.
Naweza taka sana kustaki kutupa bibi yangu haki.
Very nice. We hope.
Uhakikisha umemwongelesha, please, I beg you.
Sawa. Melex, let's talk to David and let's talk to Joanne, because maybe this video might reach Joanne. What do you think is really happening in that marriage, because for him it looks like he really, really likes whatever they have going on. But now there's some sort of trust being manipulated there. Then what is happening?
We can tell from even the way he talks, he's a very charming guy. A very, very good guy. But then again, there might be some information that he doesn't have. And the fact that we don't have certain truths of what the perspective is from the Joanne's side of the story, then we might not fully communicate. But however, based on what he's telling us, she's made up her mind. In psychology, there's something called motivated reasoning. you've made up your mind to do something, and now you look for a reason to justify your having to do that which you want to do. So you can't convince Joanne to stay if she's already made up her mind to stay. The only thing that he can do is to support her pursue what she wants to, because the problem would be that he's built his identity around the marriage and around the union with Joanne. So if Joanne leaves, then his whole life falls apart, because this is what has built him. That is what makes him wake up in the morning. That is what drives him. Because a part of it means he wants to be like his parents, or what his home structure was like. He wants to replicate that. So if his home falls apart, then he sees himself as a failure, especially if his parents are still together. Then he's the only one who is not able to sustain that marriage. So he's taking the burden of having to set an example for a successful marriage from the entire family. So first things first, he has to accept that she's made that choice. Okay? Because now if she leaves, he's not surprised. It's not new information. Psychologically, he knows it's going to happen. Even if we talk to her and then she agrees to stay, a part of him knows that there's a day she's going to leave. Because he has to prepare himself to allow them to be apart. And one thing we should agree is, if you're married and you have a child together, you don't prove yourself as a man by choosing to remain with the child and let her go without, or let her go so that you can find a way to hook her for her to come back. No, she can raise the child. When it's time, you will get the opportunity, you can see the child. Okay? And one thing we may not want to agree as men is, you want to say, it is my child. When a woman tells you, this is my child, don't argue. Because you don't know. She knows it is her child, not yours. That is because you are saying it's your child because the child was born in your homestead. That does not mean it is. Okay? So if she tells you, I want to go with my child, don't argue against that, because it is hers, not yours. Allow her to raise her child and support her where it's possible. If you're lucky enough, she will tell you that this child was not yours, I'm taking it to the father. And if you're unlucky, you may, grow up to see him or raise him someday, and he will come back, or she will come back if it's a child. So allow her to peacefully pursue whatever she wants to pursue. Don't become an impediment and create a whole fuss by building your identity around this union. If it's breaking, find a way to peacefully allow her pursue whatever she wants to pursue without forcing her into a space that she doesn't want to get into.
But I feel like speaking to Joanne would be an option, just to try and see if they can work on it, because silence at the end of the day, then it won't solve anything. David, if you're still watching, how about you talk to Joanne first, and then urudi tena utuambie Joanna, ama tutengeneze patanisho. Tutafikiria hiyo mambo as we continue with the show, tunatengeneza patanisho. Kevin is back online. Kevin is watching from Baringo. Kevin, are you still there?
Yes, I'm there.
Yes. Talk to us.
Okay, I was also thinking to say so.
Yeah.
In both parties, also must they also have a reason. Think about the future of the innocent kids.
Yeah.
Because these innocent kids also, they are unaware of what is going on. But also when commitment is being taken in the right stage, then people will be in the right start to build a future whereby also those children tomorrow will be having a place to call a home. Because when you look at now, being single, the disadvantage of that is when the mother moves the child, or rather the father moves the child in a way, that child will lose parentalhood automatically. And also when the mother goes to the child, there is a disadvantages outside there, because that child will also live in a space whereby also she will never notice there are or a biological ground. Are you seeing?
Yeah.
And also life always do continue. So I was wanting the parents now in this stage to be submissive, as the way I said earlier. Like that also when they will have a space to nurture this young innocent kids, finally they will be having a future of those people, because the future is no longer belonging to them, but they are building. That's where the recognition whereby this, I believe, where the mistake is, because also when you still love yourself as a partner, either as a father or a mother, you still have your own life.
Yeah.
Then it will be difficult for anyone to come up with sense of forming a family. That's why mostly ladies, I'm emphasizing mostly.
Yeah.
In that submission, I also is thinking about it, because whenever they submit themselves directly, finally they will be in order to put a family. Thank you very much.
All right. Thank you so much, Kevin, for calling us again. But this whole idea of submission, I feel like, you know, if you provide security for a woman, I think it's easier for a woman to submit in a place where there is security that allows for them to submit. Maybe you should look out for that issue of security, Kevin. I hope you haven't forgotten your point, Natasha.
No.
Yes, you can pick up from that.
Okay, so as I was saying, that most of these relationships, most of these marriages, the males, they have based them on women wanting, they want women to submit to them. Wanataka wanawake wavumilie. Unaona? Na sasa sahi, there is a shift. We are changing, we are evolving. We're into career. Your security that the males will give us, we will just get it by ourselves. We're also chasing the bag. You see, and that is why right now you'll find, maybe in the case of David and Joan, that maybe Joan anaona she can have a better life than the one David is offering. You see, and that is why she's easily influenced by the friend. Kutoka hadi next year, yani hadi ashapanga timeline yake. Anajua next year nitakuwa nishatoka. Maybe because in her mind she sees herself in a better position and in a better life that David is offering her. So yeah, so what I just say is, if marriage is working out for you, well, good for you. This is something that it's not working for everyone, and it will never will. And that's one truth that we all need to accept, that the fact that imewakia beshte yako haimaanishi ati pia mimi itaniwakia. If it works out for you, well and good. If it doesn't work out for you, accept it and move on. Love yourself. Na ni sawa.
Now that you mentioned David and Joanne, because David was online.
Yeah.
What would you say to that? You know, would you advocate for Joanne to leave?
As a friend here, Melik, said, echoing his words, that he shouldn't impede Joanne's decision. Because atakuwa hurt mentally, psychologically, David atakuwa hurt, and he'll be so drained. So he better just accept the outcome and the decision that Joanne has made, asikwe obstacle. Because the moment he tries to change Joanne's decision, hapo ndo sasa hadi hiyo drift itaendelea kuwa kubwa. Because Joanne alisha make up mind yake that unajua maybe Joanne kuna kitu ameona kwa David, and then she's like, I know, I just don't want this, I don't want my kid kulelewa in this environment. Asha make up mind yake, next year naenda, she's even telling her friends so. And so kama marriage yao haiwork, they should just figure out a solution in how they'll bring up the kid. Yeah.
Ebu, let's talk to David for some few seconds or few minutes. What would you say to David, Lillian?
For me, I still believe that there is a second chance. I mean,
maybe David, I'm really praying for you. I hope it works.
Because hata vile unasikia tone ya huyu jamaa vile anaongea, this lady alikuja kwa nyumba akiwa anapiga simu. This man is not aware that kuna kitu ambayo this lady amekuwa akipanga. So this is something that this lady ashaambia marafiki zake, but hajaambia ule mwanaume ambaye anakaa naye. I feel like Joanne could have called the man tukae chini ni kuambia enyewe this and this and this and this is not right, and the way you are doing this and this and this for me hainikali vizuri. Because unajua most of the time, kwanza sisi madem tunakuanga watu wa kusikiliza friends. I mean, the moment umeingiza the third party in your relationship or in your marriage, ni hivyo imeisha. Because maybe even guys, you guys are doing good. Maybe even David and Joanne are doing good. Lakini the friend is not happy about them. That is the fact. Maybe the friend is not happy about their marriage. Maybe anaona kuna vile David anatreat Joan na yeye hatreatiwi hivyo na mtu wake, so ako like lazima hapa niharibu mambo yaharibike. Maybe even that might be the reason kwa nini rafiki ndiye anaminsight atoke na si Joan amejiamulia yeye mwenyewe, because if it coming kwa ni decision ya Joan, then Joan angeamka tu na aende sini kwake. So ile time yenye David maybe hayuko, angeamka na pack vitu zake na atoke. But this is something that is coming from a friend, so maybe even this friend is not happy na hiyo marriage yake na vile wanafanya. This thing is evident. Hizi ni vitu zenye zina happen kwa grao. Even in real life sahi, wakati maybe you are in a stable and a good relationship, na mimi ni beshte yako na na view status yako, naona vile unakaa na mtu wako, kuna tu vile watu wana feel vibaya. That is the fact. Kuna tu vile mtu mbona fulani anapeleka out, mbona anafanywa hivi, mbona mimi sifanywi hivi. So in hindsight, so that is the thing. So me I feel like Joan should just call David. Marriage ni yao, mtoto ni wao, na future ya mtoto iko kwa mikono yao wote wawili. So I feel like she should just call nani David, wakae chini waongee and solve things, because may believe in second chance. Lakini kama Joan ame notice kitu yenye maybe kitu kama violence ama kitu mbaya ambayo inamdhuru kiafya and all that, maybe it's okay for her to walk out, lakini kwanza akae chini na yeye wazungumze.
Right. JD, ebu ongea na David. Hiyo ni mwecheche.
First of all, niambie David pole. Because you see, the funny thing is, in what I have seen with people out here, is when you marry, you start building your identity around your family. But the person you're marrying does not necessarily build the identity around that. Okay? There is this illusion of freedom that may still persist. And you'd find that for guys, the other parts usually blur into the background. The friends blur into the background. His career blurs into the background. Like, it starts now, everything he's doing, all the efforts he's putting towards the growth and sustenance of their family. We are creators in that way. Okay? And that is now the unfortunate part. Because, you see, it is not necessarily the fact that this woman is leaving, but the structure of the family that he has created, he is seeing it disintegrating before his very eyes. That is the problem. So you'd find that, number one, it's not easy to even find the right words to tell Davy. You cannot tell him, talk to your wife, because, again, it's something he overheard.
Shikilia tu hapo.
Sawa.
Twende na Nyuki. Peter, you're on call. Good morning.
Good morning, ma'am.
Yes, how is Nanyuki this morning?
Sunny.
Yes, now talk to me.
Okay. Choice, consequences.
Yeah, or fear of commitment.
So personally yangu ni choice. Ya vitu niliona kwa marriages na vitu nimeona kama friends wako marriage wanafanya. Mtu anakupeleka mahali mkaekae. Yasiingie kwa nyumba mapema.
Okay.
So nikaona tu ni kitu mimi siwezi taka.
Ushajaribu wewe mwenyewe?
Hapana.
Peter, si unajaribu kwanza, alafu isipo work sasa tena tunaangalia another way.
Hapana, hizi vitu tu unaona. Alafu unatumia akili. Lakini ile kitu umefanya ni call.
Okay.
Nilikuwa nataka kuuliza kwa counselor ama psychologist.
Yes. Kuna
kuaga na counseling ya marriage bila Bible.
Bila Bible.
Yo nini, my question ni hii mambo ya submissive. Wanaume husema. Mimi huona hii kutumia hiyo jina ni kupiga bibi. Na avumilie kuwa hapo. Hiyo ndio mimi huona wanatumiaga sana. Mwanamke anafaa kuwa submissive to the marriage. Nataka kujua kama kuna counseling bila Bible.
All right. Asante sana Peter for that, and we are going to ask that question. Shikilia tu hapo, don't touch that dial. Wacha tuchukue break. And then when we come back, we'll give the psychologist a chance to respond to that, right? So let's take this break. You're watching TV47 Breakfast. It's Relationship Wednesday. We are talking about the rise of singlehood. Why is there a rise in singlehood? Is it by choice? Is it circumstances? Or is it fear of commitment? TV47 Kenya on Facebook and on YouTube. On X, it's TV47 Digital. Stay right here. Don't go too far.
Sundays at 8:30 p.m.
Good morning. You have my rent?
Leo jioni kama tutakuwa tumelipa rent na uza simu yako.
Hamna pesa. I need 3 G's to make my nails today.
Sasa hivi natuhusu aje?
Can I order now? Do you ship? Can I get blinking ones?
Mimi nilikuwa na trade. Nimeekelea kitele yangu. Kitele yangu na trade. Nikikunyuma.
Oh my God. You left me. Nitumie ni live.
Uko nje kuna wifi.
Why? Hi-Fi?
Wait, so what do we call this dish again?
I have no idea.
The cucumbers are there specifically for my beauty routine.
Tamulini kero umeka kwa beauty product.
Na ameenda.
Tunafaa tukuwe na logo yetu. Like, si ni brand already.
You won't entertain divas. No. I'm not dealing with a man child.
Amazing. Nishapenda hii energy.
Sundays at 8:30 p.m. on TV47. Saturday at 8:30 p.m.
My father used to tell me that our hotel is the home for travelers. I guess I forgot that. Recently, it's been more of a mirror of my own ambition. Ooh, yeah. We might fail. We will probably fail, but not for a lack of trying. So for the last time and the first time, welcome to Connect In, the best experience in Eastern Central Africa and its environs.
Saturday at 8:30 p.m. on TV47. Wednesdays at 8:30 p.m.
This is a very serious place.
I see that. Surely. Hey, Nyumba.
This is the place.
Just for a few days.
Rule number 2.
Kwani Google inajua maisha yangu wewe?
That's my seat.
It's a chair. It was hers.
You're new here?
Yes.
You learned the rhythm.
This place is run by structure.
It is a system. Ni venye tu ni system haisikizi.
And what happens if something you haven't chosen enters your day?
I remove it.
That's not always going to be possible here.
Then you are going to have a problem.
Noted.
What are you planning? To escape from a resort?
This is not a resort, my friend. This is a storage.
Wednesdays at 8:30 p.m. on TV47.
Nairobi, where the hustle never sleeps and neither do the scammers.
Link up, we are talking about something that's affecting all of us. We are talking trust.
We're diving into the campus life.
Stay fresh, stay safe,
Stay linked up.
My father used to tell me that our hotel is the home for travelers. I guess I forgot that. Recently, it's been more of a mirror of my own ambition. Ooh, yeah. We might fail.
All right, welcome back and thank you so much for staying with us. If you're just joining us, you're watching TV47 Breakfast. Being a Wednesday, we're talking matters of the heart. And this morning, we are focusing on the rise of singlehood. Is it by choice? Is it driven by circumstances? Or is it fear of commitment? So we welcome you to be part of this conversation on our socials. TV47 Kenya on Facebook and on YouTube. On X is TV47 Digital. Be sure to tag me at Annie_Dida. We'll be happy to sample your feedback as we continue with this discussion. If you want to call in live, you can. There is a number on your screen. You can use that to call us live. And if you want to send a feedback on WhatsApp, it's 0793 267 279. Before we went on that very short break, there's a caller from Nanyuki, that is Peter. And he was asking our psychologist this morning that can there be a marriage counseling without reference in the Bible? You know, when you talk about submission in the Bible. So Peter was asking, Melix, that can that really happen? You know, marriage counseling without referencing that verse in the Bible that talks about submission?
Yes. As a matter of fact, I would argue that to a great extent, effective marriage counseling is one in which there is no religious premise. The moment we bring in the Bible, we bias the individuals to have to conform to what marriage is according to it, in which case you two cannot separate no matter what, and the moment you separate, both of you have betrayed this union. And so, in your desire to feel like you belong, Maslow's hierarchy of needs, we understand the need to belong and to feel that you're loved is very crucial to the human being. So, if you deviate from marriage, it means you have betrayed us as a church that brought you together. And so you should find a way to make it work no matter what. On rare occasions, do you find a preacher or a counselor in a religious setup encouraging individuals to separate, or even speaking about it publicly in seminars, unless if it's an extreme case where there's a public example that you want to set for the church to either deviate from a certain behavior or to incentivize them towards a certain behavior. You know how brainwashing works. So effective marriage counseling or effective counseling is one in which there is no religious premise or a Bible for that matter. So the moment we bring the Bible, then it's no longer counseling. We are tuning both of you to conform to what these books said you should do, no matter what cultural inclination both of you have, no matter what realities each of you live in. This is what you have to do. Yes.
JD, what's your view on submission, this whole idea of submission? What did you make of it? And there was a point you were making before we went on break and before Peter called in. I wonder if you've forgotten about it.
No, I was talking about the way, the dynamics with which these two people got married.
Oh, that was David.
Yes, yes. Before we went to Nanyuki, that was what we were talking about. And I said that when men marry, the identity becomes more fixated on the marriage and the family they're creating. Everything else fades into the background. And that might not be necessarily the case for when women marry. And that will explain why when men's wives die, more often than not, the men usually follow suit. Or if they don't remarry, they end up following suit because of loneliness. Because the identity, whatever identity this person had created, has shattered. You know. Now, come to talk of submission. I've never understood the term submission, because when you're submitting to something, you're giving away power unconditionally. You know, when someone tells you to submit, these are the situations situations at hand, and unconditionally you're supposed to abide by them. Okay, there is no room, there's no wiggle room, and that is what I don't believe exists. Because again, going back to soft power, and people underestimating the power of soft power, you don't look at the influence behind this power. You don't look at the people who are pulling these strings. See, and if submission was a thing, the capacity of these people to effect change without necessarily being the visible decision maker will not have happened. Okay? But because these people have a capacity to influence change, these people have a capacity to influence power, I cannot really say that they are submissive. I cannot really say that submission as a term exists. Yeah.
All right. Let's sample some feedback from WhatsApp. And this viewer says, responsibilities, cheating and intolerance to each other is forcing singlehood to be the option. I see marriage becoming a story of the past. I am Chip Kendi from Segero. Thank you so much, Chip Kendi. Let love. Love is a beautiful thing. Agreed, love is a beautiful thing. Husband says, to this topic on rise of singlehood, you can't go the shop and purchase what you already have. In better words, everything you're getting in marriage, people are getting out with little to no responsibility. I can mention 1. Coitus is free to a level some always knock at your door without even looking for. 2. Men to women and amesema moment to men ama men to men. Favors are too rampant. Literally, what you need when married people are getting it without being married while retaining total freedom. All right. We have another one here. Good morning, TV47. Marriage is a commitment of 2 people. If we are to follow God's plan, nothing will go wrong. Most women are just materialistic, even nothing to do with love. Lillian umetajwa. Now let me tell you what he's saying. Lillian, let God add more wisdom. Amen. The most single ladies are just pretenders being kept by married men. That is Paul. Natasha is just being cynical. And you guys you have the opportunity to respond. That is the beauty of it. What's this independence they're saying? Personally, I'll always consult my wife because she's part of my life. That is Paul. Watch him respond kwanza. Natasha, what do you think of that? Amesema Natasha is just being cynical. What's this independence they're saying? Just hold on to that thought. We have Kevin online. Kevin, good morning once again.
Good morning too.
Yes.
I want to say,
yes.
You see about submissive.
Yes.
Men should understand also submissive is not about to create restrictions beyond or either reaching at the point of creating violence. Men should have to understand that because submissive is about to understand each other and to bring our senses together, in short, so that we can build this family because everybody has something to contribute to the family. So at the same time also, as a man, also you must have that capacity of building that family financially. Because the security which is needed in the information.
Yeah.
So automatically that life will continue.
Yeah.
And it is good to know about the future of this family because also it is good to know when you form a family, whereby tomorrow it will be respected and it will be emulated by others in the near future to come. So otherwise, thank you very much.
All right, thank you so much, Kevin, and keep watching. We appreciate you for being part of this conversation. Natasha, you want to respond to that you're just being cynical. What's this independence you're saying? That is Paul anakuuliza.
What I'm saying about independence?
Yes.
Women being independent. It's just that, like, us doing our own things without depending on men. And that's one thing they're afraid of. Like, they're afraid of seeing women being successful on their own without depending on men.
Yeah.
The security, we can bag it ourselves. That's why we're studying. That's why we're having our careers. Yeah. And for him, he has said that he consults his wife. Wow, that's nice. That's really nice. But it's so sad there are men that don't do that. The fact that he does that doesn't mean that all of them do that. And we are having women that are really suffering in these marriages because their men have the upper hand in things. They don't involve them in making critical decisions. Wana involve when wakitaka kujua ati kama mabishto wao wanaweza kuja, sijui kama nani anaweza fanya hivi, but when they want to make serious and critical decisions, they don't ask their women their thoughts on it. So if his is working, that's really nice and that's good for you. Yeah.
All right. I think that for you, Lillian, it was a compliment. Alisema, let God add more wisdom.
Amen.
Paul Kirobi, and Paul Kirobi is my colleague. He's watching, he says, it is expensive. All right. Kirobi, hebu niambie nini ni expensive, jamani? What's expensive? Matthew K. Samuel says, elasticity of demand. People are taking relationships like a job opportunity and conmanship in love triangle. All right. Kitty Melody says relationships nowadays are employment opportunity to other peeps, especially some ladies, so we rather chase the bag. We don't want stress. If a lady can't be contented with what you give her and she ain't willing, wait for you if she ain't willing to wait for you until you make it, then she ain't worth it. All right. Peter Yeb says, women nowadays want to be free in many ways. Ni kama wataki mkwe free. Okay. Adamu says, what makes marriage to last for over 20 years with one partner? Relationship, I can't really see what this is, but he's written relationship, to nagging, stress being depended on, single lady stress-free, has freedom, comes with a lot of advantages. So he's talking about the benefits of being single. Chenane Felix says, sacrifice, patience, and tolerance are rare in the modern society. Andy says, that is the most complicated area that I do avoid to discuss, because I have seen people who talked eloquently about how one must ensure that their marriages work, then boom, they are no longer together. Here to achie Mungu. I don't think there is anyone who wishes to leave their marriages, but again, I would not wish to see people dying in marriages in the name of saving it. That is Andy, very well said. Kevin Agaliz says, pochi la biashara is a lucrative business. Hey, Kevin. And so a marriage is a stumbling block. It employs more women than the government. If you know, you know. All right, that is Kevin. And finally, we have Collins a joke. Anasema people have not made up their minds to heal from old pains or traumas. Finally, Sasa, Razbobo anasema, it's really just all about choice, different circumstances, and also fear, traumas, and expectations. Truly, one cannot fit all. And that is a very good feedback here, because we are asking, is it by choice, is it circumstances, or is it fear of commitment? Razbobo amesema ni zote. Really, we cannot fit it all. You know, there is somebody who said, I think, was it Kevin? Most likely Kevin, that you know, men are afraid of marrying women who have kids. Knowing that and having that in mind, Milix, you brought up this point of view. You know, you can get married, you can get a child however you want it. You don't have to be in a marriage setup or a relationship setup to have this child. Then knowing that, getting a woman pregnant, yeah, they give birth to your child, and then they are raising those children bad uko nje, and then maybe deep down they really want to get into a relationship and build something with someone, right? But then now you are denying them of that opportunity, because if Kevin says that men are afraid of being with women who already have kids, and I've seen this conversation a lot, especially on X, and I said, oh, you know, single mothers are not better partners, or single mothers this, single mothers that. It's a conversation every day online. Then knowing that, is this something that you still advocate for people to just reproduce outside the marriage setup?
Now, your question is assuming that I have decided to get a lady pregnant and let her raise the child. But that is not the case.
No, actually,
because it puts the woman at a disadvantage.
Yeah.
Making it seem like I have made a choice on her behalf, not involved her, not tried to think about what she wants. But my argument was based on this.
Yeah.
Natasha doesn't want to get married, right? She's single. She wants to live a happy life as a single woman.
Yeah.
I don't want the pain and suffering of having to, you know, bring somebody who has to build with me or suffer with me or be patient. I don't want anybody to suffer with. I can serve on my own, and then she can be independent. And I'd be like, you're very intelligent. I love your intelligence, and I've put enough things together. How about we have a child, right? Yeah, she's like, I like that idea. As long as we don't get married, I'm like, well, that works for us. And then we have a child together, and then she raises the child. I'm available when the child needs, but we both are living our separate lives. Okay, she explores her. I'm not coming in between her life and whatever it is she's pursuing professionally. Understand? I'm financially, socially. When the games are there, when the child needs certain things, the child spends time with me. That is the kind of relationship I'm talking about.
Yeah.
It is not to assume that I'm getting a lady pregnant, letting her suffer on her own, or not asking her what she wants. That is what my argument is.
Yeah.
Because we've both agreed about what we want. It's not me making a choice on her behalf. Because I don't want to get married. She doesn't want to get married. Both of us probably want a child, and we've agreed. that is the option we are going for. Yes, that is my premise. And when we put it between right and wrong, that is when the religious idea comes in. Because when somebody does something that you do not agree with, then it is wrong by you. But then again, when you understand the nature of human existence, we both come from different cultural backgrounds. So if what I want is in my interest, then it's not wrong, it is right. So as long as we both include each other on what our thoughts are, then I think it's effective. I want a child, she wants a child, well and good. As long as the marriage discussion does not come up, then it serves of both our interests.
All right. Natasha, is this something that you'd be okay with, you know, looking at this, and as a feminist, of course, that you're okay just reproducing with a man as long as you guys are not together in a relationship? Is that something that you'd prefer?
Yeah.
So what happens if you want to give your child a sibling? Do you still do that with this one man, or you do it with, you know, different men, and then you have different baby daddies? What happens?
Okay. In my own view, if the man that we agreed atakuwa baba mtoto wangu, I wouldn't mind if we get more kids for me. If he'll also agree to it, then it's okay. We agree that let's sit, let's have our own babies, but kila mtu anaishi maisha yake. Yeah? I provide, he provides. Sisi wote tunawalea with the same principles. Yeah, we'll save them all the family trauma, all the family drama. Yeah.
What do you think of that, JD?
Okay. So, for me, it's what works. As well, because I usually believe that men and women don't compete, at least not directly. The biggest insecurity to a man is always another man, and vice versa. So the thing with being in a system where and that is where now actually, I think it was David came in with saying they don't want to marry women with children, is you'll always be thinking about the other person, you know, and the other person will always make sure ana pop up to kwa life yako over and over again. Why? Because akona a vested interest in the welfare of this child. Okay, so you'd find that with that, it now becomes a problem, because sometimes inaweza kuwa even between you two, there were just situational factors that could not make you work. But the connection was there, feeling and everything. So you'd find that that also becomes a bone of contention. So when it comes to this system of getting children, unfortunately, or marrying women with children, unfortunately, there's an age you get to where that is most of what you will find. As well. And that is the reality. Yeah. So the thing is, should your relationship be hinged upon the relationship of this child? You know, because if you know she has a kid, you'll know first thing, her first love will be her child. It will never be you. Will you be okay with that? Will you be okay with knowing that there'll always be someone else who will be coming into this dynamic, not necessarily because of the mother, but because he has vested interests on the welfare of the child? Will you be comfortable knowing that at the end of the day, does it give you that sense of security to know that this person is in this child's life, and no matter what I do, there's nothing I can do to change that, you know? And does it give you that sense of peace, knowing that there'll always be other factors with this person's life? So if the answer to those questions is yes, then go for it. If the answer is no, please avoid. Utaumia.
Lilian, changia hiyo tukimalizia. Rise of, you know, baby daddies, baby mamas, and how they're just comfortable with this conversation, you know? Melex and Natasha, wako sawa, as long as, you know, they're not together. Bora kids, they're getting kids, but they're not together. What do you think of that?
I'll still go back to where I was pale mbele vile nilijibu nikisema watoto ambao they are raised with both parents, I mean, wanna grow. For me, I believe that wanna grow in a very, okay, not all of them, but for me, I believe like wanna grow in a very nice way.
For the most part, it works.
Exactly, like both mom and dad, like watu wenye wana grow kwa environment yenye both parents wako wanapata very, I mean, a very nice exposure. Not all of them, sijasema ni wote, but most of them, because even the other day nilikuwa na scroll through TikTok, nilikuwa naona mtoto mwingine ako katoto kame trend, sijui kanaitwa nani, alikuwa anauliza mama yake, where is this mother, is like she's a single mom na ako na watoto vijana. So huyu kijana alikuwa anamuuliza mama, kwani dadi yako wapi, ama twende sokoni tukamnunue, ama twende sokoni tukanunue dad. You see, hawa watoto bado hata wakienda shule waende wachanganikane na wengine, this kid will not be okay. Hata like huyu amekujiwa leo na mama yake na baba yake, mimi nakujiwa na mama wangu. Okay, ni watoto, and obvious your environment it will affect. So for me, I'd always prefer to, I mean, raise my kids mimi pamoja na baba yao wote. I mean, they need to see both of their parents, they need to receive the support from both of their parents. I mean, it needs to be a complete thing according to me. Yes.
Sijui wanakuangalia wanasema, kwanza Natasha nimeona akikuangalia anasema
yeah, kila mtu decision yake inaheshimiwa. Mtu decision yake inaheshimiwa.
All right, I want to give you Medex a chance to give us your parting shot as we close. Singlehood or getting into a committed relationship in 1 minute, what's your contribution? Yes or no?
Well, I think do what works for you and don't be guilted into doing what is working for other people. Think that it will work for you as well. Understand that you're an isolated individual in a group. So following a crowd does not mean that you are guaranteed to get the same results that the rest of the crowd has gotten. So understand that there's very little impact that the other results that has worked for other people will work for you as well. So choose your own path and accept the resistance that path will come with. If it's you choosing to have a child without getting married and you're going to be called a single mom, then that is the name that will come with you being called that. Accept that early on so that nobody shames you with that title ever again. If it's a man, you just have a child with a lady and long term, she's like, you are not the man I thought you're supposed to be. Then you be termed as a failure, a dad that doesn't measure up, a deadbeat. Accept that early on so that the day it comes, it's not a surprise. It's easy for you to move on having assessed this prior on. So don't follow a crowd because of the results that you've seen the rest of the crowd get as well.
All right, there's a feedback I was looking for and I found it. Adamu asked, what makes marriage to last for over 20 years with one partner? Now, Adamu, I've noted that question. I'm going to keep it. When Dr. Julius Kimani comes back, I will ask him for you because he's the longest serving member in this panel. In the marriage community, anajua hawa hawezi kusaidia. So we send Dr. Julius Kimani that question and I'll give you your feedback. Thank you so much for being part of this conversation this morning, for watching, Gary for calling in, Lucky as well, Kevin, David and Peter for calling in live. If you sent your feedback on WhatsApp, on Facebook, on Instagram, on YouTube, we do appreciate you for your contributions to making this show a success this morning. We were talking about the rise of singlehood. Is it by choice, by circumstance, or is it fear of commitment? Let's continue online at TV47 Kenya on Facebook and on YouTube as well, and on Instagram and TikTok. On X, it's TV47 Digital. Be sure to tag me at Annie_Dida so I can see them. 0793-267-279 is our WhatsApp line. Go active 24/7. Send us your contributions there. Thank you so much, JD, Natasha, Lillian, and Amelex for making time for us to talk about this issue. That's a wrap this morning. Good morning, and I'll see you tomorrow bright and early. Enjoy the rest of your day.